I wanted to talk about the narcissist and how it just seems like, okay, this is all too familiar for some reason. And we could probably have like a underlying phobia or, well, what if it's just a mechanism, like an unconscious mechanism that once you wake up and as a human being, that mechanism goes away because that's a predatorial mechanism. Whatever it is, it's there and it's very predictable, perhaps, maybe, yes. See, the reason why you don't want to hook up your lifelines into a narcissist, like you don't want to invest um, anything that can potentially grow, and that means also your emotional life or anything like that, right? Um, until you figure out that they're safe. And so, but, well, now there could be a premature situation where it's not safe. You didn't find out that if it was safe or not, and um, and you made yourself vulnerable. But see, for some people, it's that oh, there's a number of things that we could need each other over for. And I didn't just say that there's a number of ways in which we can become complete codependents and locked into something. See, I am an Aquarius moon. See, the Aquarius age and Aquariuses, they love people. They are people, but at the same time, they they um they don't like them, and this is why. Is because they don't let each other be. They don't give each other their privacy, and they don't know how to let each see the best thing. See, you know about an Aquarius is that they love their privacy, their private time. They have to have their own time. Everybody does. See, but a narcissist, I mean, an Aquarius will totally like have that inlaid in them. It's like a no-brainer. They they're so unique that way. If it's a good, healthy one, that they're gonna let you know some things about the human quality or the way that we're wired up, which is like it's so ahead of time. And anyway, it's just unheard of. But we are going to start expanding. We have like a whole 20 years of getting into how we can really be the potential of the human spirit. All we're doing is awakening ancient knowledge because, Aquarius does say, I know. It does point at this awakening into the ancient ways, which meditation is like number one. That is just a time that you take for yourself to answer questions of all sorts of kinds and to be able to look into things multidimensionally and say, talk about reality itself, just reacquainting, like check in. Really, is just getting to the body and creating, you know, kind of looking into the mind, creating more awareness over the mind. See, so while this Mars is in Pluto, I mean, I would like to let people know that there's a part of the organism that's not going to be able to settle down. The Pluto influence onto Mars opposing, Pluto is asking for like purification. It's asking for like for you to know, no, turn the closet light on and let's shift through this stuff and get rid of what you're not wearing. I mean, you don't need that. Like it's just trying to clean up in such a way, but it's more like purification by seeing what's the strongest and what's more real and what's not. It's kind of gnarly. Pluto is better known as the witch. It's the ruler of Scorpio, and so when you have Halloween, it's usually a scary time. You have all of this truth coming out, like what is it? The skeleton, the witch. Pardon me if this thing. I hate it. I would hate it if it just canceled out on me. But let me just erase a couple more videos here or something. But so for me, um, you see, for everybody, for the organism, there's a rejuvenation happening with the entire electrical body. We're going through downloads and upgrades, and for us people who are awake and alive and well, I mean, on all levels, it could happen for us that we just move forward into this expansion of a better connection all around, with Aquarius being a ruler of friends and that very connection, like how, we do see Aquarius doesn't really mess around. Really, if they're a healthy Aquarius, they're not going to really conduct an unhealthy connection. They'll just assume, so, oh, I get it. No, I see. And they just align. They know that there's no alignment. It's like with a lot of signs who are healthy. I mean, really, but, Aquarius is kind of like, they'll write the book and say, no, this is just, you don't be prejudiced. You just get away from people who are kind of preying on that kind of stigma, or that you just don't get along with them, and you don't keep clashing with people. See, they can handle, see, they kind of practice tolerance better than anybody else, and I wouldn't suggest to desire to be tolerated by anybody, though. See, that's an Aquarius moon thing to say. But we know what we mean by that level of saying, well, you do your duties. I guess it would be a daily thing, maybe, and you contribute, and but still, can we have, see, the highest of high would just say, what I mean is, like, there's the highest of high vibration of Aquarius that would just suggest that, how about let's not have a society that where we have to tolerate at all. See, they shouldn't feel that that's a comfortable position to be tolerated. I mean, what kind of people are those? Those are people plugging into somebody else's, like, like, well, we'll build a better wall. And it's like, well, yeah, okay. In case the kids were watching, no, it's important to try to build something that makes healthy sense. What are we going to do here? Are we really going to do that? Wow, mommy. What is that called? Toleration. Can you just go? Ow. My cat is kind of getting nice, and she's getting a lot better. I keep saying that, but she's such an amazing thing. But see, the main thing I wanted to talk about really is so important to understand. This is what I'm getting. It's like, babes, do you understand that, especially your Mars person, even though they're really warm, you probably want their energy. We're trying to regenerate ourselves right now, and it's best to wait until they activate. Wait till they activate, and they might want to plug in or something. Physical people want to do things, a physical thing, and with Mars and Leo, yeah, that, there's a lot of energy in the air, and it's like egoic and stuff, and it's like, you know what? I think people need to become more aware and lay off a bit, because there's a part of the organism that is not going to put up with uh, being disrespected or blindsided. Like, that there's a lot in the air right now astrologically, and we try to translate it so that the layman can understand, like, what could possibly be the season, like what we're going through. We do have a Mercury retrograde that kind of squared Neptune, but Sun is heading into a square with Neptune, and we also have, like, Jupiter. See, Neptune is a big factor, though. It's going to go direct, and see, there could be something else. Mercury is, just off the top of my head, remembering where all the planets are. I keep looking at it. I should remember. It's going retrograde, and that alone is really tough for people because it's in fire. Even though it trines Mars, Mars is going retrograde also, and it's squaring Pluto. Um, you know, it's really uncomfortable, but people can communicate and they can try to get something done. But man, is it hard to get anything done with your narcissist right now. See, I can be accused of being a narcissist because I don't know how to communicate. And the reason why a person will get narcissistic traits and become a certain way that's like predictable and ungrowing and stuff, it's probably because they have fallen into just pain. They are uh, in a place where they, I mean, there's really no excuse, really, and I know that, but you can have, you can be in a place of pain, and we need to be patient with each other, see, and see, man, it's been really hard for me for the past 4 years. Um, just I think other people are a factor. It's not just me here, and I think that a lot of us might be waking up to the fact that it's like, well, you know what? I've been as far as the people thing. Like you probably push a lot. You're pushing the cart, and and really, it's like you have a kind of a lonesome life, maybe. I mean, this is kind of my story. It's like, well, I don't really get much help here. People are under the impression that that I was about to say, I'm enough for me, but what I really mean is that I have everything all wrapped up and I have it taken care of. I have everything. And it's like, no, well, what I mean is like, no, I mean, it may look like it, and I have all the things that you would envy that I have, but really, I don't have the support. It's looking pretty fucking sketchy from here. I wish I can, you know, feel better. See, God, I almost told the story here, and I don't like this talking about it because it's so Neptune opposed my Venus. That it's just it's weird. It's hard to get like your self worth going when everybody's trying to rip you off. It just make you feel like just forget it. There isn't any use for any of it, right? Because it's not worth a damn. They would just rather you. They say actually give me this and it's no good anyway, and right. And so you're like okay, whatever. Now what can I make worth something? See, when I was doing something, see these people began to not like me because, well, first of all, it cost money for what I was doing. I was working doing their yards, and I would do a good job. There wasn't anything that they could complain about, except for they would see that first of all that I was a woman, and then I was using my hatchback to do the work, and it's like, hey, it's like I'm doing it though, and I'm making money. That's what I'm there to do, and it's none of their business really who I was or whatever. But they did use me, and I guess I don't know, man. Fuck, this is a weird fucking turnout. I guess they didn't like me, but no, no. See, there was man. You can probably just see I was struggling. Now I'm really getting down to it, right? This darn cat is starting to get me. But there you go. There you go. See, honestly, I could probably work it better, sell my body, but really I chose to do fucking yard work and stick to myself. And people did word of mouth at first, and I didn't see there was a problem. I just think that people turned a little bit. I sensed envy in some people. And some people just laughed at me because they didn't even imagine that I could do anything. And really, it's like, no, I actually work pretty darn quick and thorough. I'm a meditator, and usually I'm not disappointing. See, this is the thing, though. See, um, is it really about how like efficient and good and fucking get the stamp and A plus and yes or no, or is it just like, well, yeah, I can help you out, Really, it's a little both for me. I really pride myself in. I'm sorry, babes. I hate this fucking goddamn conversation. Hi, just got rid of new subscribers. Sorry, sometimes I say some words that maybe if you would go into my Cash App and pay me to not cuss at this point, appreciate it. Thanks. Makes sense here. Get real. No, these people, they saw that I was, it costs money to run your business. I was only charging $25, and I made a lot of clientele with that. They laughed and like, okay. And it's like, no, just give me a chance. See, I'll only work 4 hours though. Because I am a woman. I'm not going to bust my ass like completely fucking crazy, but I can handle a lot though. This isn't. I don't know. I know men are stronger, so it's just I don't know. I don't know. They can do a lot of waste though, and noisy and shit. I don't know, man. And I wish this cat would just stop thinking that it's a great idea to scratch all over me. Have to stand up for yourself more and more. It's like, can we not live in that kind of world? See, I happen to think that this fucking cat is from the reptilian side, and she's just waiting for everybody to turn on her. I'm like, babe, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to love you until you can understand to just don't scratch me and go turn on your mouse. God, I don't know if I'm going to post this. I was trying to tell you about how do we tell this population of people, particularly men, could be, who like, okay, when Mars goes retrograde, how is it going to be now? You people that don't handle anger within you, and that you transfer a lot of shit onto other people, and oh, I'm helping. It's like, no, actually, you need help. I sense it, probably more than me, right? That's what a lot of it's going on. A lot of this is going on where society out there who posed as being helpers actually need help, man. They are cuckoo-fied by the fucking church over there and shit. Pardon me, delete some of this, please, so I can make more space and so I can make more video of this. It's probably funny. Some of the stuff I go and listen to, I boast it because it's like, you know what, some of it's just as funny as hell. And I hope that some of you are enjoying that. My looks and everything is because I'm a Mars ruled person. I have a lot of Mars, and I love it. I love being an active, confident, whatever the best of man is, that's what Mars points at. And I have Aries rising, and I have an intense Mars placement, and it's like, babes, I've been working on a very personal level in my all my life in intimate relationships. See, I do not disrespect my body. You know what I mean? I want to have fun. And I see what's going on, and you can comment section down below. Just at least give me an emoji because um, women. I speak for women. I mean, God, I don't like any of the two of them. I think both men and women can become um, consciously aware, and they can actually do something to set an example for the kids in case they really were watching, and that's all they had to work with as far as mimicry by the age 5 or something. Just go through the motions until you get it right. I don't know. It sounds weird, I'm tacking it onto that, but with anything, I have yet to be impressed with these fucking two people called men and women. And I can say this on YouTube, and they won't block me and shit, but when I go on Facebook and talk about it, they say, your content could be removed and you can get a strike against you. It may be unsuitable for the community. It's here. It's like, no, we need to talk. We need to talk about these people that consider themselves this way. I mean, how do you think you can even know what that is if you have a money system over there jacking you with every turn about what possibly any of this should be like as far as your life? I hate the sound. I don't like sounding to detriment to my very ability to get my blessings into me, especially like money and stuff. But the reason why I feel like we need an antidote or something to the plague out there, something, what I mean is it's um, something that values money more than people, and the quality of the relationships that they're conducting. Like they just think it's a game. It's like a satanic fucking game. It's been running here for now. We don't, because of that fucking meat grinder. We do not know anything of any real history, or let alone about the material world, like what we're using here to live, as far as calling it what we need to live, or as life itself. None of that. We know we are just, and so we have a story. We have a human population that takes stories and runs with them. Like the story of Christ Jesus. you know, and we don't know from where that comes from, why we have to hear that repeated, who uses what outlets to make what kind of Bible and how long that lasts. We really don't know. We really don't. We don't even think on our own to figure out it enough. That's what the kind of the truth is. You know, of course we have lineage and we have a sign, but all we can tell there is who got fucked up most of, through wars, either mind bone to hell or mind bone to hell. It's just either or, you know, because you have the victims and then you have the warlocks, and they're all like spinning in a karmic fucking debt in reincarnations of ever loving hell. Welcome to the world. Hi, my new subscribers. I bet you didn't know that if you want to get your chart done and find out where this aspect of Mars opposing Pluto, that it's kind of a slow aspect and it's major, and it's really like the heat behind the spirit of humanity, and there's a part that's actually very healthy that says no. And it's going to say no, I have a right to see, these people are getting so out of bounds, and it's because they gave you something. And it's like, wow, I'm sorry that it's getting down to this point, but we actually give you something too. If you can start valuing human energy, respecting that you're taking from a delicacy, if it's human energy, we're talking about, oh, if we're talking about Mars, oh, minute 21, we're talking about sex, but really the generative qualities that are there, you know, that that it's a delicacy. See, now I say money ruins all of it. Money ruins it because what if, you know, somebody is going to buy their way into your sex life, and then, but what if you actually like sex? See, that would be a plus to some people, but no. See, here's the thing: if you really needed that money, though, see, if you really needed that money, it was a matter of like that you were going to lose everything or you were just going to be undermined, you know what I mean? Then somebody tempted you, and then see, that's the thing about mankind, Mars can be tempted that way. They can be tempted with their energy because they like it. And they are used that way. And this is where now I'm reflecting on these assholes like church people that say, no, it's a sin. You're sinning now to be a sexual person. Well, you shouldn't do that in the first place. And well, you know, you are. And there's where now I'm pulling it up. It's like, ooh, you feel it? That money system that says, no, you go over there because you're bad. And they're trying to strip you down. It's called devaluing. They devalue that you are working. See, that you have an energy that's sacred, and they never valued it. Their people, whatever it is, their belief system, that um, whatever is going on there, that they can't take the time with each other and make love with each other instead of making hate. It's playing a fucking weird game, and they play it with that energy pool of sex also, right? Because it begins to, now if we're talking about your narcissist, which we might be, see, I was trying to begin this with this, and I don't like this subject matter because it's very painful. Because the more that you're getting, the more vulnerability that you show that you are, and that how that you can really use them, um, that you actually need them. They're playing a game, and now they lock you into this game. You're going to be the one playing that game next. See, they're going to turn it around on you. See, there's where it's maddening, right? See, and this is where you fucking hear so many videos, people coming on this and talking about it. Apparently, women do this to men also. It's the same. It doesn't, the quality of narcissism and this weird patterning predator little fucking bullshit that they do, that it doesn't matter what it is. If you value just like this thing. You make sure you make this thing, like, if it takes 3 years, make sure that you make this thing what comes in between you. You're like, no, wait a minute, but I have to consult this. And you go, and you're like, see, what they'll do is they'll buy a bunch of these, and then but just don't, see, the point is they'll try and get it, and they want to mangle it, they want to control it. They'll say, no, here, no, here it is. Nope, and then, no, but here, and see, they want just your attention and control, and so they'll do that with just anything. If it turns out that relationships is something you needed, they're doing it with that now. And if it's just them, see, there's where you get really severely, really fucking dangerous. There's where you're watching this video, you're in pain because they used themselves and the connection, the delicacy of something, and they try to manipulate. And see, what the bottom line is for these control freaks is that they smash everything up. They get only like 0.02% of the potential of anything and everything, whatever it is that they're holding. They can come out of it, and that relationship thing is really big because it's a perfect waste of time. See, your blessings could be blocked. You could have a chance to have a real connection with people, but they take your vibrational frequency down low, right? And you're supposed to be you're trying to pull yourself up, and a lot of times, I've talked about this before, it's like they won't make it next to you unless somehow you've lowered your vibrational frequency. See, there's a lot of people, gang members, gangs, they form like this naturally, is because they're a bunch of fucking lowlives, and they all just kind of glom onto each other. And if you've had friends especially right now, like for 40 years, like just you're still stuck with these friends for 40 years, you might want to check. Do you guys keep each other just stuck? Is there a mentality that you have, and like just an embodiment, like a belief that you have, that you just stuck in there like that with them? That you have to look at it. Do they hold you back? Have you lost like better light and connection? Like you don't even know the difference. And like really, now you become vampires and a fucking hive of thieves of all kinds of different ways of just going in and grabbing from people and then coming back and we have each other. We have each other. And what are you trying to do? Suck other fucking people in to be on your fucking team of vampires and losers? Otherwise, you have people that have power. Real power is just setting an example to where a 5-year-old feels safe and says, "Yeah, I want to do that tomorrow." And if their parents say no to them, they know those fucking parents are a problem. They got to get away from them, because most likely those parents don't really even like those people that are setting a perfect example. It doesn't have to be a people. It could be just one person. Hi, Jesus, wasn't that all possibly you? You bet, girl, come here. You're in danger now. What the hell do you